Hey there, PokeMoshPit. Nobody else knows the TheAcousticKind here, bringing you another Pokemon narrative Wi-Fi battle. It has been a while since my last upload here at MoshPit. I took a little hiatus from posting videos, but now I am back in the ring, so to speak. This is going to be a 4th Generation NU tier match versus Cote1616pb, a fellow uploader and director here at PokeMoshPit, so hopefully you guys will enjoy. As I said, 4th Gen NU, a little bit of a throwback, a little bit of a deviation from the standard 5th Gen that's been going around. And hopefully you guys are going to enjoy, so let's go ahead and get into the game. Our channel links and stuff are below if you want to check out our other narrations and all that kind of stuff. So he's leading with a Medicham, I'm leading with a Shiftry. We both have Fake Out as it is revealed here, so he's going to actually win either a Speed Tie or he's Jolly, because I am an Adamant Shiftry, because I carry Sucker Punch and Fake Out. So I go for the Sucker Punch there, just in case he wants to stay in. Not really concerned if I had to lose my Shiftry. Medicham's actually a pretty big threat. So I go into my Sheep Talk just in case he has any sort of status on his Flareon. My best counter to this Flareon is going to be my Poliwrath, but I don't have a Heal Bowler on this team. So I need this Ampharos to check for any statuses it might carry to hopefully absorb them with my Rest Sleep Talk combo, hence the nickname Sheep Talk. Unfortunately for me, he got a crit with Superpower, which is going to really hamper my Ampharos. But after getting the static hacks on this freaking Flareon, and after he sees how low I am, I really doubt he's going to use a status on this particular turn. So that's what's going to possess me to go into Poliwrath and set up a free sub on the switch, which is great for me. Obviously, I'm faster with the Para Hacks, so if he had tried to stay in and do anything offensive, I could have subbed down until he got Para Haxed, or if his only offensive move is Superpower, he would have got too many drops and I would have got a free sub. So he swapped out to Minum, and I'm going to go for a Focus Punch behind the sub, nice and safe. And health goes down, and as we can see here, he actually has a Focus Sash, so it's unfortunate that I didn't get Stealth Rocks up earlier in the game to hinder this particular threat. But either way, I know he's going to be faster, so I'm going to want to swap out. So I'm going to go back into my Sheep Talk. I figure this is my best bet on revitalizing my Ampharos, because I do carry Rest, as I said. He's going to go for the Thunderbolt, and on this turn, he goes for Hidden Power. I can only presume this is Hidden Power Ice. I was a little scared at first when I saw Hidden Power, because it doesn't make sense to use a neutral Hidden Power on Ampharos, because Thunderbolt actually does like 1.25% more or something like that. It's like 71.25 base power, I mean, versus 70. But either way, I'm going to go ahead and get my Rest off, which is going to be great. Going to just go straight for the Sleep Talk, not sure what he wants to do. No matter what move I got, it would obviously be able to kill off a 1 HP Minum, and if I force him to switch out, I can then try to go into Sand Slash and set up rocks. So now I'm going to swap out to my Sand Slash. He's going to predict my switch, but unfortunately I do have a Thunder Wave immunity. I didn't really predict that at all. I just kind of was going to Sand Slash because I figure it's my best bet to pressure Stealth Rocks. So I predict the Minum switch here and go straight for Earthquake, thinking that he would want to save it. But I think he follows my thought process there, and he's going to stay in for an additional turn to set up his own rocks, then swap out to Minum as I set up my rocks. So I really got outplayed there. That was some good thinking by Coda. Good thought process, and really paid off. So he's going to go ahead and set up a Nasty Plot now, which is a little problematic, but this is a max HP, max special defense Ampharos, so it should be able to take his hits pretty well. So now he's going to go for the Grass Knot, which actually has 100 base power versus an Ampharos, because Ampharos is like 130 something pounds. So fun fact there, now you know. So it's going to be the most powerful move he has to combat me. Unfortunately, I Sleep Talked a Rest there, which is really problematic. It's going to make my Ampharos take a little bit more damage, and I'm going to get a crit to finish off his Minum. Oh no, it totally mattered. But he's going to bring in his Sharpedo here, and thanks to him being able to hit an extra Grass Knot on me, I'm not sure if I can live a move, but I decided to stay in anyways. In case he is a subset, I really cannot let him set up a sub. Sharpedo is actually a pretty big threat to my team, and I just really cannot let him set up a free sub like that, even if it forces me to sacrifice my Ampharos. So I luckily got the static hacks. I guess Ampharos just loves haxing and being hacked this game, but whatever. Pretty much my same thought process on the Flareon. I set up a sub on the Sharpedo, knowing that I could sub down until he got the Para Hacks. Knowing that, he decided to just go into his Medicham, because it does resist the Focus Punch, so the best thing I can do is hit him with a Waterfall, and he knows that won't be able to kill me off, so he can at the very least get rid of my sub, outspeed, and get a hit off. But I really am not going to be taking any of those, especially since I'm not seeing Life Orb. Yes, he could be Choice Banded, and I really think he is, but in case he was Expert Belted, I really could not take that chance, and also Choice Banded High Jump Kick would completely Destralish Poliwrath regardless. So I went into Sand Slash, confident I could take 2 hits and fire back off with an Earthquake, although that Choice Banded High Jump Kick did a freaking fucking bananas load. So anywho, he's going to go ahead and go into his Porygon 2. Not sure what he wants to do here, thinking he might just finish me off with the Ice Beam. Porygon 2 is actually a pretty big threat to me right now as well, because this team actually does not have Toxic. I know a team by me without Toxic is practically unheard of, but I'm thinking that my best bet to deal with this thing is my Choice Specs Venomoth, because I'm thinking this thing is physically defensive, since he had especially defensive Flareon, although obviously Regirock is physically bulky as well, so I'm not really sure exactly how his EV investment is on this thing. Either way, now I switch out to my Venomoth, seeing that he went for Psychic 2 times in a or not Psychic, he went for Toxic 2 times in a row, so Toxic wouldn't affect me, and in case he decided to go for the Recover, which he did, it'd be a free switch regardless. So now I can fire off my Choice Specs Bug Buzz, and he brings in his Special Wall Flareon to resist it. Unfortunately for him, the Tinted Lens ability, I believe it is going to make my ineffective moves neutral. So Choice Specs Venomoth is really doing work here. I often find that in the NU tier, it puts out massive damage output, especially with entry hazards, and base 90 speed with a timid nature. Outspeeds a lot of annoyances. Also, a lot of prime walls in NU, like Slowking and Hypno, have a bug weakness, so it only helps that more. So anywho, he decided it was a priority for him to Heal Bell off the paralysis off his Sharpedo, knowing it probably checks a good portion of my team. So that's what he did there. That's what he sacrificed his Flareon for, knowing that eventually, if he wished protected, I would eventually get a crit. So he was smart enough to not try to play with fire for too long with that strategy. So I wasn't sure if a Bug Buzz would kill him off or not. Didn't feel like switching. Probably should have went straight to Poliwrath, but really didn't want him to get Thunder Waved. So I just went for the Bug Buzz, and sadly now my Venomoth is paralyzed, which means it cannot outspeed Sharpedo. I'm pretty sure it can take 1 hit though, so I just have to be really careful with how I play my Venomoth for the remainder of the match. So he's going to go ahead and swap out here after resting up. And he's going to chase my Water Absorb, so in case I had gone for that super effective Waterfall, he'd be able to absorb that. Although, fat chance, as I am going to take the opportunity of him going for Rest to just get up a free sub, since I know his entire move pool to be Thunder Wave, Stealth Rock, Rest, and then he either has an attacking move, or it doesn't really matter what, because it can't be Sleep Talk, because if it's Sleep Talk, then he has no damaging moves. So, anywho, went for the Focus Punch, and he actually has a Chople Berry to take that pretty nicely. A little afraid of the Thunderbolt, and not that I could damage him anyway, I decided to go into my Shift Tree to be immune to that Psychic that he used to break my sub, and just explode on him. Now, if he had gone into Regirock on that explosion, that would have really put me on the back foot, since I wouldn't have had as good of a way to deal with the Porygon 2, but thankfully he didn't do that, afraid of the super effective Stab Seed Bomb. So I bring in my Symbiote, knowing that the best he can do is pretty much send in this Sharpedo, and I just have to hope that he can't one-hit me. Thankfully, he can't one-hit me, and I don't get the Parahacks. If either of those two things had come into play, him maybe, I don't know if that was max or min damage, if he had got a critical hit, if I had got paralyzed, this battle could have played out a lot differently. I'd have to think about exactly how I would deal with his threats. So I'm speeding this part up because, as you can probably tell by the video timer, we are approaching the end here. He's going to go ahead and take me out. I decided to stay in as fodder. I don't know. In my mind, I was thinking, let's just speed up the battle. Let's just stay in as fodder. But really, it would have been smarter for me to switch out the Poliwrath immediately and then set up a sub. But regardless, he gets a crit Stone Edge to break my sub once, then misses the next time. So, didn't really matter though, because one Stone Edge can't take out a sub thanks to the resistance and the fact that I'm sure he has defensively invested. But yeah, a Focus Punch Waterfall combo is going to be able to take him out, and that's going to be the game. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I know that I narrate a little bit fast sometimes, but that's 4th Gen NU, man. It's a fast and dangerous world. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Feel free to check out either of our channels if you want to see more narrations. If you're interested in more Pokemon battles, feel free to leave a thumbs up for PokeMoshPit. They do great work here. You know, just help them out. You know, help a brother out. So yeah, that's about it, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.